Hi, this is Patrick, and I want to give a disclaimer. Please don't try this at home. This is just for educational. I want to tell a story about waterbending. Back in 2012, I had a girl that was hanging out with me, and her name was Shannon, and she had been hanging out in New Mexico with the Indians, and they had taught her how to prepare San Pedro cactus. I was planting a bunch of San Pedro cactus around my house at the time, and she actually took a stick and made some medicine. And when she made it, she was praying over the medicine, and she did it the whole way the Indians taught her. Um, I'm not going to say how because I don't want to get flagged, but we had some of the cactus medicine that she made, and I drank a quart mason jar, and she drank a quart mason jar. It was summertime, and I live right off the river, so we drank it and went down to the river um, on a nice sunny day. Um, I really didn't feel much. I didn't feel anything. I don't feel like anything was different. Um, a little floaty, but we go to the river and um, we start. We hang out for about an hour and a half down on the river, and then I start pointing my fingers at the water, and there's about a 30-foot across swimming hole that's all flat, and we're right up on the rock, sitting on the rock, right above the swimming hole. And I start pointing my fingers, and everywhere I point my finger, um, it hits the water and makes a ripple, kind of like if you threw a little rock in the water. Um, so I'm doing this all day, and I'm pointing my fingers, and I can point it like 20 feet away and make a ripple in the water, and each finger can make a ripple, and I'm playing the water like a piano, and I'm making ripples every way because I'm tripped out on, wow, look what I'm doing. um and she's right beside me. She starts doing it also. We're both and we were not imagining this was really happening. We were touching the water and making ripples everywhere our finger would point. It would make a ripple in the water. So I played with the water for hours, just tripping because I think there was like electricity coming out of my fingertips, and wherever I pointed would would make a ripple. But I hung out with her on the river for hours, playing with the water. And I wish I would have brought a camera that day and filmed it because my life would probably be different. Definitely would have been different. But I, at the end of the day, we were leaving, and I stand in the middle of the river, and you can see about a mile up the river. We live on a beautiful river, and you can see about a mile up the river. It's kind of overgrown now, but this was back in 2012. It was open, and you could see all the way up the river a mile. So I stand in the middle of the river, and I breathe in and get down low, standing, and I'm about a little past my knees in the water. in a shallow, the middle of the river, and I breathe in and get down low, and I push, and I make a wave in the water that is about 1.5 feet, 2 feet high, and it goes all the way up the river for a mile, and it's still going. I don't know how far it went up river, but it was actually happening. So then I did it again, and I did it multiple times where I was pushing the water with breath and pushing it, and it would make a wave. It would make waves, and it was all the way across the river, and it would rolled all the way up the river. I know it is unbelievable, but it was really happening. I didn't imagine it. I think the medicine, the cactus, opened up a different part of your brain, and I was able to water bend, and she was also water bending. But that was the only time I've ever water bended like that in my life. Um, but I want to share that story, and this is not made up. This is something that's real. Um, I just want to tell everybody thank you for listening to my story. Please follow. Please give me a like. God bless you.